Hey guys, welcome to this Technical Talk Friday. How are you doing and how is everything going on your side, guys? Let me know. Also, let me know if you can hear me well. I have here open on my screen my website, so I would like to share with you before we start where you can find what and very important free courses. I want to share with you what you can get here for free from me, and I encourage you to take advantage of that because I'm planning to remove this page from here. So you get here my free course, which is part of the Bellrock Accelerator trading course. I have also here a couple of things about reopening stocks and crypto, which was part of Benzinga. So that was actually very nice presentation. Check this out. And also I have here a couple of short must-watch videos. So check this site out, guys. It's like I mentioned, it's free here, this stuff, and I'm planning to remove it. So it will be good if you take advantage of it. Hey, Helio, nice to see you here. I guess you're here for Doug, so he will be here probably in a couple of minutes or, maybe 20 minutes from now. So how are you doing and how is everything going on your side? Let me know. I would like to go through some charts here and we're going to discuss the current market situation, what's happening, and also maybe some potential setups. Also, guys, if you have any setups you would like to discuss or check out, let me know and we're going to check those out as well. So I'm here to help you with that. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Oh, that's nice of you, Helio. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Cake Sim Trader, nice to see you as well. Hi. So it's Friday, guys, and the markets are continuing higher, which is very good. I have long position. I would like to discuss this setup because in my opinion, this is one of the setups which can make you enough money. So you will not need anything else but to understand the price action of this setup. And it happens over and over again. And I'm talking here about the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. And I want to share with you my thoughts. And also this is a setup for swing trades. So if you're willing to hold overnight or, over the next couple of days, this is a setup for holding throughout a couple of days. Disney, we're gonna check Disney. That's a good idea. I saw actually already dipping, and yeah, I like it, but I don't think it's ready yet. So we're gonna discuss when it could be ready. And very similar look we have also on PayPal. So we're gonna discuss those two stocks as well. Raymond, nice to see you here. How are you doing? And also nice to see you, Hamid and Rayesh. Guys, thanks for joining. As always, I'm happy to connect with you and, of course, share with you my thoughts and my experience. Okay, so let's start right away. Before we do anything else, I always like to start, guys, with the current market situation. What's happening on the big picture? Where are we at on the markets? What's happening with Nasdaq, S&P 500, Russell, and Bitcoin? So I'm trading also Bitcoin futures. That's why we're going to go through that as well and discuss some possible Bitcoin stocks, not only stocks, but also some coins. So if you guys are trading, if you are trading crypto, let me know how many of you are trading here crypto, or do you have a account for trading that, like Coinbase or something like that, or Webull? So let me know if you're trading those. Okay, so let's start right away with S&P 500. So with S&P 500, we've been discussing that last week actually. And let me remove those drawings real quick first for you. And we discussed that. I said after Fed, we're going to see probably a continuation higher. And then at some point, based on the overextension, we're going to see a pullback. So that's exactly what happened. We saw after Fed a continuation higher. And then we saw this week, the beginning of the week, a pullback. But this pullback was really nothing what I would like to see. So personally, I really wanted to see some more pullback here. That's only, only two red candles. So that's really not much. And unfortunately, I cannot change it. We just have to follow price action. That's why we're discussing here all those setups. We're discussing the price action because we're following the price action. I don't care what everyone is saying about Fed, or if the world is going to end tomorrow, or whatever it is. If the price action is telling me it's a buy, I'm going to continue buying this. So that's something I like to share with you. And one of the best setups, again, I'm going to go here on after we know the big picture. So overextension, 2 days pullback, and then I'm going always on the lower time frame. So I'm going from the daily chart to the 4-hour chart. And on the 4-hour chart, you see here this setup. I've been discussing that, especially with my members, over and over again. And this is one of the very good and important setups, in my opinion. So the setup is, we see a pullback, and then a lot of people will continue shorting actually here around this level, which acts as a resistance, which is technically correct. But what happens is, if you see that index, regardless if it is Nasdaq, S&P 500, or Dow Jones, Russell behaves a little bit differently. So I don't really like trading Russell, but those three, they behave very similar. So if you see that setup where everything starts to hold certain support area and goes sideways for a while, so it stays around for a longer period of time. Look how many hours and candles we were here. That was our outside bar, this red candle, and after that it was followed by many candles in this range. So we're ranging, consolidating in this area. This means to me, the longer the consolidation, the more the probability increases that we are going to see a huge breakout. And this is exactly what happened here. That's why I'm long. And I've been long since yesterday. I got out a couple of times because first of all, I got scared that we might continue to drop because we're on extended levels. But again, the price action told me this is still holding this area. And the longer it holds, remember that. I want you guys to understand that, and maybe go back and check on the chart, on the 4-hour, 1-hour chart. You're going to see this. The longer we hold certain support area, the more the probability increases for a breakout. You see this, we're holding, and now we see, boom, nice breakout. And this is something what happens over and over again, especially on those US indexes. If you're trading the futures on those, you can really make some nice profits. You don't need any other setup if you don't want to trade anything else. You can trade this with ETFs or again with the futures, whatever you're comfortable with, but this setup happens a lot of time. Nasdaq, very similar situation. Here it was huge overextension, topped, made a triple top, pulled back a little bit, and again yesterday it was trying to, it didn't have a lot of momentum, started to consolidate for a while. Same thing, you see very similar setup and chart pattern. Outside candle, long time consolidation, and today, boom, it breaks out. I do think this might continue if we close with this big green candle. So if we close with this big green candle here, what will happen is that we are going to see, most likely, of course we don't know this, but most likely we might see a continuation. And this is something which I really like to trade, one of my favorite setups. Russell behaves differently. You see, that's why I don't like trading Russell. Russell is just very choppy at times. It can have a very clean price action from time to time, but normally it has its own behavior, so it behaves differently. And that's why personally I really don't like trading it. It has a lot of choppiness, a lot of wicks on all candles, and it makes it hard for me to find out what is the current situation. That's why I don't like trading Russell. You can trade it again if you find success with it. I think it's great, but I personally I couldn't find success with it. In here we have YM, which is Dow Jones. It looks a little bit differently, but pretty much similar to the other indexes, sideways consolidation breakout. Not as powerful as Nasdaq and S&P. So My favorites to trade are actually Nasdaq and S&P. Nasdaq is a little bit volatile, so you can see hundreds of points back and forth. And if you're trading the futures, that could be easily a couple of thousand up and down. But it has very nice moves, and it's been very, very bullish. Okay, so that's with those indexes. Now I would like to go through Bitcoin, and because I'm looking at the Bitcoin future here, and I traded it, but I made actually a mistake here. Well, not a mistake, but I closed that. I didn't like the price action. So the Bitcoin future, you can trade also, guys, the micro future. So if you don't have, you can, if you don't have an account where you can trade the coin itself, you can trade the future or the ETF, which is BITO. Now, what I don't like about this recently is that it's been very volatile, and it was holding this area for some time. And I bought it actually here. I thought that's a breakout. So normally I don't buy breakouts, but it looked pretty strong. So I bought it here. My stop loss was back here at the lows, and it started to go sideways for a while, did nothing. Then it finally broke out, and I should have taken the profits here. I didn't, because I thought, well, this looks very bullish. This might continue. And unfortunately, what happened is you see this failed breakout. So you see this is the previous high-end resistance area. And then this is the next try to break out, but it didn't work out. It rejected this. And the next candle was huge red candle. I saw this and I closed here for a small profit around this area. The problem is if that is so volatile, and for me it's kind of unpredictable, I just don't know where is this going to go. So I don't know if this dump then might continue to dump for some reason. Personally, I just don't feel very safe with it. That's why I closed my position. And look, for now it is actually trying to break the lows here. So let's see if this holds. As long as it holds this area and this area, it should be good. But I don't like the current price action. Raymond, that's 4 hour. So I'm looking at the 4 hour chart. When I'm trading those indexes or some of those patterns which are basically open 24 hours, 5 days per week, I like to look at the 4 hour chart because it looks cleaner to me. So 1 hour is also fine, but the 4 hour chart just gives you a little bit cleaner setup. You don't have to watch it every single hour. It's a little bit easier to me. That's why I use the 4 hour chart. Again, both are fine. So that's what I don't like, the current price action. And again, something what you have experience with, like, for example, like I showed you here, this example on S&P 500 or on Nasdaq, where I have seen this setup over and over again, repeating itself. I know this market, and I know the behavior, I know everything. That's why I'm willing to put some decent size into this to work for me. But something like Bitcoin, I'm not saying that's bad or something, but it behaves differently, and you need some time until you find out what are you currently trading there, because it has different behavior, and something what works on one index, this might not necessarily work on Bitcoin. That's why it's some experience and time it's needed before you can put some decent size to work with. So going back to Bitcoin, it's holding support again. It looks like if this candle here on the 4 hour chart closes with a reversal, then it will be pretty bullish here right at support. But I just for now don't like the current movement, the current price action. This big red candle doesn't make me feel like I want to hold it over the weekend. And again, the problem is with those trades, especially over the weekend, if you're holding those with Bitcoin, they are trading throughout the weekend as well. And then sometimes if you're trading the future, or some of those, for example, the ETF or some of those stocks, what can happen is you basically can just open on Monday with a huge gap up or down sometimes, and you're going to be surprised on your account. So that's something I don't like, and that's why I'm currently not putting a lot of size into this Bitcoin trades. So that is the reason. But if you're asking me about S&P 500 and Nasdaq, those setups are proven for many years. and I've made a lot of income only based on that. You don't really need all the stocks. Okay, let's check out. Let's see your comments here, guys. You are in cryptos. That's good. Block FI, good interest rates. Hamid is saying we had bad time with GBP USD. Okay. Yes, Bitcoin is very fast. I agree with that. Okay, let's check out Disney, because we had here this Disney idea. And I had someone in chat also brought this up. So let's check out Disney. And then I see here Duck is here. So Helio, Duck is here for you as well. Let's check out Disney first. Disney had earnings. I don't know, guys. Do you know what were the earnings? Was it something really? It looks like it was pretty bad. So this is a big red candle. Disney and PayPal. I like. Let me bring Doug here so he can say his expertise. So you're live, Doug. Hello.
Hey, I see Helio Fernandez is in here. Hola, mi amigo. ¿Cómo está?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
But he said he's here for me, so don't be so happy.
Of course he's here for you. Everyone is here for you. No one is here for me. I sort of spoiled the party. I'm watching the views, see how many people are in here, and then I'm going to watch it tank like PayPal.
That's not true.
It's going to tank like PayPal. That's what it's going to do.
Okay. Nice to have you here. So we're going to discuss here our Disney. Disney, I like in general is a stock. And the good thing is it is right at support. So if you look back, this is, by the way, I zoomed out on 3-year chart back. We see here 159 is it was a low and some kind of a support area. It gapped down on earnings and it is right here. But what I want to see before I enter, I want to see it stopping. I just want to see some kind of a stop there, because the problem is when you have earnings and you have a lot of reactions there and all this kind of stuff, and sometimes you will see huge drop and volatility over the next days as well. So only because the earnings is over doesn't mean the volatility is over. So it can continue for 2, 3, 4 days, and then it will slow down. And that's why I would like, even if we have earnings and the earnings are over, I would like to wait it out for a slowdown and find a better entry. And in this case, I like the idea that it's already, in this oversold area. This is one of my favorite setups, by the way, to see here oversold RSI, 30 RSI on a good looking stock. And sometimes those earnings are basically overreaction of the investor. So in a lot of cases, this will be a very good buy opportunity here. So I really like this, but I want to see at least one green candle here, because this here doesn't look very well. And, if it continues for a little bit, that's even better. So we will get even better entry. So I want to see at least one, either a bullish engulfing candle where it goes above this high, some more bullishness here. Or if it continues to tank, I want to see it stopping in some kind of a consolidation. So overall, I like this setup, but it's not ready yet. What do you think, Doug, about this?
I think the same thing. It's my kind of chart. It's the makings of something very good, but I agree. You got to see some sort of market participation, because when these things screw up after earnings, sometimes it takes a week, maybe a little bit longer to get them to set up. What you would want to see is what you see right now, and I'm in PayPal. Okay, this is it right here. PayPal coming off the bottom hard. Look at a 5-minute chart, big ripski right here. That's about enough right there to
very
see.
Good. Cake Sim is asking, what chart is this? This is the daily chart, and this is if I put right now the 3-year chart, so I can see the past, and I can zoom it in and out. So you see here, that's like you said, that filled the gap here. So that's true. This is a decent support area. I just want to see a little bit more green here before I enter. Let's see PayPal. PayPal I'm watching. It was on my watch list, but I don't know if it's ready. It looks ready. Very nice.
It's just flying. I don't know what happened here on a 5-minute chart, but it's gone. Now, if you're day trading, I wouldn't go for this. It's too
Oh,
steep.
wow. Nice, nice.
Too steep here, but this it's a good example for what we're talking about now, because somebody else you can put in Disney's wheelhouse there would be Roku, another big time mover that's fallen on some serious hard times. This is what we're talking about. You need to get some sort of authoritative bounce. I think you see that here in PayPal. It's a little stretched intraday, but if you're looking at the daily, you got a lot of room to run here, guys. I like this one. Right,
Yeah,
this
I
is
like PayPal a
really,
lot.
really
Yes.
good right here.
I
Really
was
good.
waiting for a green candle on the daily chart because I want to swing trade it and it looks ready. So I might buy it when we're done here. It looks now finally it stops. And this is what I want to see on Disney, by the way, too. So it's that it stops in some kind of a green candle. We see it now. And the markets are very bullish again. We're back to this bullishness. What do you think about this, Doc?
Well, I was hoping for more pullback, but unless something changes drastically by the end of the day, I think that was it, because you've rallied really hard here over the last 2 hours and it's not giving this back. So you look at that daily, especially the Nasdaq. I mean, at this pace, if we continue to move like this, it's going to be at all-time highs before the session's over.
Oh, I hope so.
We still have enough time. It won't do that probably. But at this pace right here, I mean, look, you are 46.45 area today. Again, guys, I'm telling you, this market, when you look at the stock market, think of the worst person in your life that messes with you, and that's the SPY. That's it. Tricks everybody. It's like David
Yeah.
Copperfield and David Blaine and Houdini mixed together.
It's really tricking everyone. Even
Look at this
my
chart. Looks like it was going to get smoked today, right?
yeah.
Selling off, sold off yesterday, selling off this morning, hits this 46.45, and it's straight up 40 points. Another 47.11 is all-time high. Another 40 points, you're at all-time high. You can't kill it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm long, but I'm having trouble with long. You know, I was for my members for Belrock Pro. I was long yesterday. I got stopped
It's
out.
tricky.
I
That's
got
right.
in and out a couple of times because I'm scared to hold those longs because we're so overextended. But now
You
I'm
got
finally
tricked.
holding, and
You
finally
got
I'm getting
shook like a
rewarded.
rook. You got shook like a rook. You got the
Yes,
trickery. You were in the crowd and they were like,
that's true. Yes,
poof, and you
that
go,
was
oh,
really
where did it
dumb.
go?
But sometimes, you know, I'm using tight stop losses, and sometimes this works against you guys. If you're using those trailing stops like I'm doing it, sometimes it really works against you because you just, you know, you're gonna get stopped out
I'm
and it will
going to buy
continue.
it. If we
You
pull
have to
back, I'm buying
re-enter.
it.
Uh, Cakeism is saying I'm too late for pay. Well, PayPal is not too late.
Oh
I think
no, not in
if
the
you,
daily. Not in
yeah,
that
not on
daily,
the
man.
daily. It depends on your time horizon, you know. So if you're swing trading it where you're holding for a couple of days, weeks, it's totally fine. If you're day trading, it's different. So if you're trying to buy here for a day trade, that's too late. But if you're looking on the daily chart for a swing trade, look how much room it has. So I think it's good for the daily chart.
Yeah, I don't
And
know what this pop is here, but it's held up. This is actually, if you go back to October 18th, it's not had any move at all that's held this long. That's how bad this thing. If you're day trading, maybe you want to short. I don't know, but
yeah,
that
that's
daily's good
different.
enough. We're a couple days outside of the earnings, so I think it's.
Raymond is asking about PLTR. PLTR.
I
Oh,
I
this,
I think that's walk away from that thing.
I don't like this. You know what? Because it's
Bury
just
bury it with your demons.
this
Right?
was very strong
Bury it.
here. And again, we have guys sometimes those cycles are very important, Doc. The
Yeah, they
cycles
are
are
cycles.
important. The cycles are important.
Cycle. Yes, you are right. Cycles are very
Because
important.
this was very straight up momentum cycle, and again I want to explain this 100 times to you guys because this will make the difference in your trading career. Okay, so we enter on every single instrument regardless of what you're trading. It can be Bitcoin, someone asked here about, what was it? Someone asked about GBP USD. Same thing. You will see over and over again the same thing. We enter from uptrending or a very nice trending cycle into sideways messy price action. That is totally normal, and it will happen on all instruments and all time frames. You can see it. So what you see here is that was very nice up move here, straight momentum. Everyone was interested in, everyone started buying it. But again, this is not going to last forever. At some point, we enter a distribution cycle, and in a distribution cycle, everything goes like this, choppy. You see, that was that. And then we enter a downtrending cycle here. And then we're back into this sideways mode. So this can last for many times, and or a long period of time, and it's you have to understand, because if you are trying to buy around those levels here and it's going nowhere, you're just putting your money in the wrong stock. So this thing for me, it's just going sideways, going nowhere for a long period of time. It looks like it dumped based on the earnings. And if you, Raymond, if you're asking about this support area, I like the support area. It might bounce off the support area, but I don't like the stock itself anymore. So it's been just too long in this long sideways consolidation phase, and it has to move out of this zone. And I don't know, the earnings, it looks like they were not very good, because we see this huge red candle, and it's only red. So maybe for a quick trade, if you're looking for a quick trade, if it stops here and starts to reclaim those moving averages, the 200 EMA, then it might be a good idea for a quick long trade. But I would really not mess too much with it. It doesn't have enough momentum. It's just sitting there, and yeah. What do you think about it? I think that you shorted it a couple of times.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Okay.
I don't like it at all. Here will be my take. I could always be wrong, but I think at the beginning of the year, there were a lot of micro cap and cheap stocks that got a blessing from a once in a generational event. And I'm going to put that one in here. I'm going to go down the list of these stocks. Vuzi, right? Pavem, all these other ones. What else am I thinking of here? You can put PLTR here in that group. Who else? I said Tiger, DMTK. I don't think these things are coming back. They'll have brief bounces and moments of spiking, but they don't look like they're going to be the ones that make it back to the previous highs. And for some reason, this thing is just getting destroyed. And then you go into earnings and they're bad, and it's getting destroyed more.
Yeah.
I don't see it right. I think every trader has to ask them this question. You've got money. Where do you put it? There's a bunch of thousands of places to put it. I would say that PLTR is not the place to put your money.
Speaking of money to put it, speaking of this, what do you think about Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, about some crypto coins, some coins? What do you think about it?
Well, I'm not the crypto guy. I have a couple of cryptos, but I wouldn't call myself like an investor. Maybe I'm in it for everyone else. We're all looking for the next Dogecoin or Shiba coin or whatever.
Yeah.
I have no idea who it is. Somebody is going to have to bring it up in here. I like this DPX. I think it's got a good setup and good chart, but I have no fortitude or whatever about crypto.
What do you think of our Shiba?
You mentioned that, but I didn't see it earlier with what you were really talking about.
Look, this thing is actually not bad. We know this huge momentum, of course, but I don't think it is over, because it pulled back and it's holding support here. And the good thing is it's out of those. So here's what I like and don't like about the Bitcoin futures currently, before we continue with Shiba. The problem is the futures are already, kind of involved into this institutional trading with Bitcoin and stuff like that. So they are can be heavily manipulated or influenced by institutional traders and institutional um, uh, brokerages and so forth. So what you see here with Shiba, though, is no one cares about it. It's a little bit more sketchy, but it can move very fast, right? So no institution is investing in it. And I think based on this momentum and this pullback and holding of support, now it's of course pulling back a little bit, but I think this might continue to go higher here. It has some room to the upside. What do you think?
I think I'm wondering what kind of a person you are inside. What has become of the person I once knew? That's what I'm thinking. Because
Interesting.
I don't want to expose you in front of this lovely group of people. But I did recently hear you say just a few minutes ago, you were like, Disney, I want to see a Green Day.
Yeah.
I would say the same here. I would want to see we don't have a Green Day. We need some reversal signal based on technicals. I'm not like the crypto person will hold. And then I would say this, it's not done. There will be another squeezy or some sort of rally in this thing just
Yeah.
on general purpose. So if you buy it and you just kind of sandbag it for a while, yes. If you're trying to time it, I think you need a little bit of a green, but it is holding most of it. Yeah. I mean, why
Yeah.
not? The thing I think, yeah, I hate to say it, but I think when it comes to crypto, you sort of do have to maybe gamble a little bit, for lack of a better word. I mean,
Yeah.
because you really could put $500 into one of these stupid coins and turn around and be a millionaire. I talked about these stats a while back. I don't know if we discussed them here, but they've been floating around the Twitter sphere that if you would have had like $1,000 last year or something of this, you'd be like a millionaire or some stupid range. Then somebody posted that if you put 400,000 in it last year, you'd be the richest person in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Of
don't
course,
think we've
of
seen
course
the
I
last, I don't think we've seen the last of this. These cryptos are going to keep doing it. There's no regulation in the crypto market. So celebrities that we will not name, that rhymes with Tusk, that rhymes with Boobin, that reminds me, they can pump this stuff legitimately with star power. Like if Mark Cuban comes out and says, I like Shiba coin. Yeah, it's going to go out to the screen.
Yeah, I
And
hope they do this. But
and why
I
wouldn't
agree
they?
with that.
Why
So
wouldn't they? I would do it. I would do. If I had 80 million followers, I would tweet it now. I
if I
would.
do agree
Do
with
it.
this,
Do it.
because as you know, I really generate the majority of my income with stocks and with those futures on the indexes like Nasdaq and S&P 500. But so I don't feel good with putting too much and having to rely on this price, because for me it's just too sketchy. But if you have some profits and you just say, okay, that's that. And guys, by the way, this is something I've been talking also a lot to my members from the Bellrock Pro community. If you can split always your account and you can say, okay, part of my account I can use for some decent swing trades, one part of the account, let's say 1/3 of the account, not the whole account, 1/3 I can use for speculative trades. And again, if you're aware of that and you don't put your whole account into this and hope and buy at the highs, but on a pullback and you're aware you're putting a small amount just to, out of your profits, to give it a chance, because this is dumb, it really can move, that's fine. And that's why I bought some.
Very good.
I also have a couple of others from some insiders. I cannot I cannot say but I have a couple of others here. Let's discuss those.
Insiders, I mean the people that tweeted you and talked you into this
Maybe.
silliness.
Maybe. I have a couple of others. Let me try to not to forget. Algo USD. Huh? What I told you. Look at it. What are you saying?
Oh, that chart looks decent. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
I told you did. I actually told you 3 days ago, but you ignored me. But look at it
I
now.
normally do, but you have to remember what you're asking me to do. You're asking me to buy coins. I have no nothing. I feel like we're just trading monopoly money here. I, I'm the only one that I'm like the furthest behind in the crypto world. Like when Bitcoin first came out, I'm like, no way. You got to be joking.
Yeah, no, but I'm bringing you into this
But
slowly.
you do feel there's got to be another one in there, right? I mean, I would have
Slowly,
loved to
I'm
have
gonna make
bought
you a
it.
professional crypto trader.
And you know what? Not only that, that disappoints me about Bitcoin. It was last year, it was at 5,000. It dumped, right? It was like, geez, it gave you like another entry. I don't know if you ever get that again. I have no idea, but yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. That chart looks decent if we're looking at technicals. If it
yeah,
was a
and it
stock
can
chart, I would be
continue.
very interested, and it looks
I
good.
heard
Yeah.
from other people
You're from other anonymous avatars spread around the internet
that
with
this
no
might continue.
verifiable track record of success told me to buy. Sounds like exactly where I want to go today. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
loving this. Can't wait to find me something else we can throw some darts at.
Okay, I have one more if you're
Oh
asking me.
no. Oh no.
Let me just try to think of the name. What was it? Algo was the ADA, ADA. Wait, here it is. This is not ready yet though. Look at it. It's not moving the way I want it to move, but it's holding support. So as long as it holds support here, this is a secret. I would recommend you, Doc, if you want to invest in those, I'm recommending you Algo coin.
Well, that one looks good. Out of all the ones you brought up, the algo
Which
does
the
look good.
Algo?
Yes.
Yeah, and this has some kind of a. I haven't, guys, don't laugh at me because I haven't done the research, but
I like
it,
when you start a sentence out. Guys, don't laugh at me, but don't laugh
it
at me, but I'm going to bring up a stock, but don't laugh at
no,
me.
no, it's not a stock. It's about this algo coin. So it has some kind of a technology. I haven't done the research because I didn't have time, but it has some kind of a technology to communicate with other crypto or something like this. So it has something special on it. It's not a complete junk.
I feel like this is a similar situation Adam was in when Eve was talking about, here, just eat this apple. There's nothing wrong with this apple. And he's just like, okay, well, this is good to me. And then, here we are today. Like, I sort of feel like that's the scenario. Like, you're like, here,
Well, but you know what? I have to
here.
tell you something. I have I had Litecoin in my account since 2017,
And you
and I
lost your password and you can't get your.
and I opened my account and I couldn't believe my eyes. It went to the stratosphere.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Edgar is here. Nice to see you, Edgar. What do you think of Roku? Okay, someone is bringing us back to normal. So
I
you're
like
what?
Roku. I'm waiting for that bounce like I'm waited for the one in PayPal and the one in Disney. I like it, but not, maybe, well, I haven't seen that in a while. Let's look at it now. Maybe it's ready. Maybe today's a good day
Oh, it
for
looks
this.
not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Very good.
it's getting there. Yeah.
I like
This
it too.
268 is the lows from May. 268, the lows from May.
This is very
So,
good one, Edgar. Thank you for bringing this up because I've been watching it also for a long period of time. But let me just zoom out here on the 3 year, and it's finally this is our support area. This is it that what you're saying, Doug? Here,
yes, May
yeah,
3rd, I think, is 260 area was the low. And it got
yeah,
really, I don't know if it got into that perfectly, but it did get down there really close. Now you're bouncing off of it. This is a good start. I think I would watch it and make sure that it had a good close. Like, you really need a good close. The ideal setup would be a good close today and then a red green move on Monday, sort of like a small dip on Monday, then taking out 276. That would be a good setup there, but you
yeah.
probably won't get that.
I like it because first of all, this is exactly what we've been looking for. Like we saw on Disney, PayPal, and this Roku. It's sitting here on the 30 RSI. and right at support. And yes, it is in a downtrend here, but the probability for a bounce is pretty good. So your risk to reward is really good here, because you can put your stop loss, just below this support area. And if you enter here, that's your risk here, but your reward is 1, 2, 3 if you're looking at the high. So really a very good risk to reward, at least 5R. So this is a very nice setup. I would like to see a little bit more green though. I want to see how it closes today. And one more green candle, maybe above this red candle's high on Monday or whatever, then I would be interested in. It looks nice. Very good risk to reward.
Yes, looks good.
Yeah. So guys, do you have any other coins which you think they are good right now?
Here we go. You're working the crowd. Give me your garbage, guys. I got to make a trade. I just opened up a Coinbase account.
No, I have Coinbase account for a while, but what I'm doing is, and I have to be honest with you, what I'm doing is I'm putting some money into this and I'm going to forget about it. I'm not doing it, oh, I want to make an income or pay my bills from it. I'm just doing it to, like, I know, okay, that's a play money, you know, like I have some part of my account where I think, okay, that's a play money. I can lose it. I don't really care about it. So I'm putting it to work. And you know, the problem is with, or the good thing about it can really explode those small coins.
Well, that's
And
true. Yes.
I don't expect to hear something. This is not a strategy which I would use to pay my bills and hope and all this stuff. But if it works, it works. I'm using same technical analysis, what I'm doing, and I'm just putting it into just different assets here. It's totally doable.
Or are you taking the money you normally lost in Vegas and trying your hand at cryptos? Which one is it?
Well, you can say it this way
You
too.
know, the money that you've blown on the tables here.
Yeah.
Have you decided maybe I should try some coins?
So exactly. So instead of, here's my plan. Instead of going to casinos and trying to hit the jackpot and playing on the tables, I'm putting it into crypto. It has more probability.
There's a chance. You have a chance with crypto. Yes. You have an actual legitimate chance it might work out. Right.
Yeah. So I like those two, ADA and ADA, SHIP, and what was the other one? Algo. Algo is my favorite.
Okay.
Those I like.
Very good.
Okay, but what else do you have, Doug? Do you have some stocks here for me or something?
Well, everybody already brought up the stocks that I had. I like that. I'm now interested in Disney.
PayPal, I'm gonna buy it.
I bought PayPal. I have to take a shot at it down here.
Nice.
I don't want to get into, I know it's a little stretched up here at the top of the day, but if it holds up here and doesn't give this back today, I think it's definitely good. You can stop out there just under $200, but the upside could be 230 to maybe even 250. I would watch Disney next week, look for a landing spot on that one. I would look for
Disney I like too, yeah.
Roku. I would look for a spot on that one. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say, I'm starting sentences out like you know. I'm warning people before alerts, which is, I don't know, it's not very confident.
This is like, don't laugh at me.
Here we got it. We got to go down this route. I can't even say it. I can't even get it out. I feel bad. Peloton.
Stop it.
Peloton.
Stop it.
Peloton. Okay.
You know what? I don't like Peloton. It's because you trade it. I don't like it. You're in it. I don't like it.
I was saying last year, guys, I bought this for $35. I sold it like a piece of it at 160, the rest at 110. It's almost back to where I ordered. I never imagined that. I thought that piece of crap was going to go forever. But here's my thinking. It's $40, man. It's in the 40s.
Yeah, that's really
you get a couple more sell-offs, it's going to be zero at this rate. It's going to be zero in January. I don't think that's going to happen. There's got to be a bounce in there somewhere, but just like Disney, just like Roku, not today.
And look
But
at it. This RSI is it was at
one,
20. Wow.
I
Oh,
mean, it
wow.
is seriously over. So remember the stock was 160. When they're
Yeah.
trading it like it's a biotech, I get it, but there's
Yeah,
some good
maybe this
value
one, yeah.
here. You get a good base, you get something. Just look at the setup on PayPal. Maybe you get something like that. It's worth
I
throwing
mean,
some money in because it could squeeze and you
yeah.
can get, I mean, you just had a rally not too long ago of what was it here?
The problem with it is I ate a loss on it, and that was
10 months.
because of you. It was your fault.
It is my fault. I am
So
responsible for all trading losses that you've ever taken since you started.
that's true.
Even the ones before we met. Like,
Yes.
I'm responsible for those. And I do that. That's the way it is.
Look where I bought, okay? You've been like, oh, that is so great, so great. So you convinced me to start looking at it and buy it. And I was like,
No, no, no.
okay.
Last year you could have sold me the Peloton Kool-Aid bottle. It came with a Peloton bike.
But here is where I bought it. I think it was, I'm not sure, but I think it was here. And then it dropped. And I was kind of, I don't remember where I closed for a loss, but I waited it. I thought this is going to bounce, but it never bounced. And I took the loss and look at it. Downtrend. And again, this is the same cycle, guys. Look at it. Straight momentum. Everyone wants it. Goes into a distribution phase, starts to chop around, breaks support, enters a downtrend cycle. And this can last for a very long period of time. Never went out of it. Downtrend. And now it's finally at a point so oversold from 170 to 49. Now finally I can think of buying this one again. This is not too bad, but maybe I'm not gonna touch it because I just don't like it. Paul is here. Nice to see you, Paul. How are you doing? Let's see, CLF and FCX. CLF I like. This was on our watch list. Yeah, that looks decent. Nice. This looks decent. It's nice breakout. This is some earnings winner. So it broke out here. You see this green candle. Obviously those earnings were good because people were interested in it. This was the previous high end rejection with a reversal candle. So it looks like this was rejected here. That's why we look at the support and resistance areas. Pulled back into this breakout area. So that was the breakout area, which acts as a support. And now it's kind of trying to hold it, but it's struggling a little bit. So why is it struggling? You see those candles here. It's basically, it was trying to break out, but then sold off again. And it's kind of struggling a little bit. It has some red candles. It looks fine to me, but I would prefer to see even a little bit more pullback. Maybe if it comes here into the 2050, it would be even better. But it depends on the price action, Paul. So if it closes with a green candle, bullish engulfing, going above this previous high, above this area here, then I might be interested for buying it. I like it overall. Very good. And FCX. I think I had it also at some point back a while ago on the list. Yeah, this looks good. This looks decent. Let's check out real quick the fundamentals. What do you think about the chart, FCX duck?
Man, I remember that one.
We had it, don't you remember? I had it on the list a while ago.
Man, I used to trade that thing so long ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I'm talking about like the 2003s, 2004s.
Oh, has some decent fundamentals. Listen, has return on assets 6.25%, and it has profit margin of almost 15%.
You're talking about Freeport
Yeah,
McMoran,
yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah. It's a little, for me, it's a little high. It's already kind of broken
Yeah, it
range.
broke out already. Yes, that's true. It
So
broke out.
it's not my favorite. I don't really like to do the swing thing. Like once something breaks out, I'm not really interested. But
No, not for a
if
breakout,
you're
for
a
an entry, but
momentum trader, you're going with it. Yeah. Yeah.
for
It's,
a re-entry maybe. It has very good valuation, Paul. It has good valuation and growth, so you don't see this a lot. Normally, if you have a lot of growth, it will be most of the time like 90% overvalued, because growth means, the prices are pushed very fast higher. In this case, you have good valuation and good growth. In the last year, earnings per share has been growing by 1,607%, what I see here. In over the last 5 years, it's been 2819 yearly. Yeah, this looks very, very good. I like the overall. I like the overall growth. The only thing is, like Doug said, it broke out, which is good. But then I would, if you're not in this, I would wait for a small pullback. If you're in this, great job. Then I would definitely hold and look for the next high, which is 46. So that would be your profit taking area if you're in it. If you're not in it, personally, I would wait for 39.50 for this breakout zone. That was the previous resistance. It broke out. So maybe if it goes back and tests it one more time.
Wow, you actually like the stock. That's good.
Yeah, the stock is this is actually a very good poll. I don't know if you have it. Maybe you can let me know. Do you own it or not? But this is also, in my opinion, good for buy and hold. There are certain stocks which you don't have to sell. You can hold those. This is one of them. $41 calls. You have 41 calls. Okay. Good. If you're in it, great job. Nice. Okay, KSM is saying Mana crypto. Is this a coin? Let me see. Let's check this out. Mana, M-A-N-A.
Oh, we're getting down to some really funny names with coins. The funnier the better. Why don't we just all start our own coin? How about that one?
I'm thinking too. I should start a Bell Rock coin.
Bell Rocket coin. Would you guys buy a Bell Rocket coin?
I'm gonna make one. Bell Rocket coin. If someone has knowledge how to do coins and want to do this with me, guys, text me. I want to do a coin. Okay, this thing is actually...
That's where we went. It started out as stock market technical talk, and we ended up on cryptos, and now we're...
No, you're wrong. I changed the name. I changed the name. The name is now stock market and crypto technical talk.
Oh my goodness.
So...
I hope there's a spin-off called Psycho Trades. Psycho ideas.
Soon I will change the name stock market, crypto, and... wherever you can think of technical
sports betting. Can't wait.
This Mana looks good. I like it. Look at this momentum. Should have seen it yesterday.
I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but Shop is up $134 a share today.
Let's check it.
It's like floating the whole market itself.
This thing, just to finish this with Mana, I like it. Nice momentum. I don't know what's the deal with it, but hopefully it pulls back a little bit. It already broke out. So yesterday would have been perfect entry here at support. But I don't know all those coins. You have to let me know more of those so we can watch them. So I'm gonna...
Since we're talking about coins, what about swing trading Coinbase? They just had earnings.
Yeah, we can check this
Coinbase. You're the fundy princess, so maybe you could tell us what we've got going on there.
I have here a watch list, and we can fill it with more coins. Coinbase. Nothing happened. I don't know what's the deal with it. Let's check the fundies. Do you like it for a buy or what?
Yeah. I don't know if I like it right here, but maybe if it's pullback, it kind of sets up a little bit and has
kind of red. Let me show you.
How come when a stranger in here brings up something, you're like, hey, thanks a lot, that was a great stuff, and then I bring up something, you're like, oh, that's not really the reaction you were looking at. So tell me your stock. It's XYZ.
Yeah, that's true.
Not the reaction I was looking for.
That doesn't sound good. Because look what I see. I'm sharing with you. This is why I'm reacting this way. Look at all this redness. Look at it. So return on assets 1.75%, worse than the rest of the industry. Worse than the rest of the industry. Price earnings ratio, valuation very overextended here, but it has growth. 38. It's not too bad though. If you really are looking into some growth, and it's not too bad.
Oh. I'm gonna answer every question like that.
It's not too bad, but I would personally look for something else. It's also kind of expensive. Okay, guys, do you have something else? If not, then we are done. So we're looking at, let me update my list here. Let me update my watch list on the cryptos. We discussed mana. I'm going to put mana. Let me see. How can I do this? Why can I do watch here? So we discussed this mana. I'm going to put it here on the list. And we discussed algo, and we're going to go through those next week. And we discussed ADA. We're going to watch those since I have it on my account as a play money.
Look who's got some play money. Just playing with money over here.
Look, what do you think of this Luna USDT?
I think you're turning into an addict. That's kind of what I think. I stage an intervention here.
That's not what I want to hear. Oh. Well, if that's your opinion, I understand.
Wait a second. Let me look at.
Luna here.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe.
A little bit pullback, maybe, but it's kind of uptrending. Nice. You gotta catch those on the pullback here. Look.
You just gotta YOLO those dips, man.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to do. Got to YOLO them dips.
But guys, if I have to be honest with you, you can buy any dip on any stock. It's the same thing, same setup. You don't need those. You might get lucky with some explosion on those, but if you're trying to generate income, definitely go with the stuff what you know. Okay, very good. So thank you so much, Doug, for joining. And of course, guys, thank you so much for joining as well. It's always a pleasure for me to end the week with you. And I have for our members from Baroque Pro, we have in 30 minutes also internal meeting where the members are sharing their own ideas and trades and setups if they have questions. So I will be there. Other than this, like I mentioned, guys, if you want to check out the free courses here, check those out because I'm going to remove this here and it will not be available. So thank you for joining. Have a great weekend, everyone. And we will be back here next Friday, same time.
All right. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. See you. Bye.